There are many amazing things in the cosmos, like planets, comets, asteroids, stars that are more than 2,000 times as big as the Sun, and supermassive black holes that can tear celestial objects apart. When trying to figure out what something is, it might help to find out what other nearby things, like planets, are. Even though our solar system has a few planets with a lot of mass, it makes sense to ask if there are any other systems with planets that are even bigger. When we look at the planet that takes up the most space in the known universe, a few questions come to mind right away. How big is it? Where is it? And how does it compare to other planets in the area? Watch this video with us to learn more about the biggest planet that scientists have ever found in the universe. If we want to be able to tell these planets apart from each other, we need a definition that works. Even though the answer to this issue might appear to be pretty straightforward, the term planet has actually been given a number of rather straightforward definitions. But that doesn't help us focus on the term so we can talk about it. Luckily, there is a governing body that can give us a clear answer to our question. The International Astronomical Union says that an object must have three main qualities or functions in order to be considered a planet. It must do so in relation to a particular star. There needs to be a sufficiently large mass for gravity to be able to shape it into a sphere. It must have a sufficiently large orbit around its star in order for it to be able to travel through it. Even though it doesn't include every celestial body, and caused a stir when it was first introduced because Pluto wasn't on the list that make up our solar system, this definition is actually quite helpful. The concept of an exoplanet, which refers to any planet that is not part of our solar system, is something else that needs to be taken into account. And this brings us to AB Hour B, a huge exoplanet that is 9 times as big as Jupiter but is made of the same stuff. When scientists found this planet, they found that it was in a very early stage. They compare it to something that is still in the womb. This news made people question what they thought they knew about where planets come from. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope was used to confirm the existence of an exoplanet for the first time ever. An exoplanet is a planet that orbits another star. The planet's official name is LHS 475b, and its diameter is 99% as big as the diameter of our own planet. Its size is about the same as that of Earth. The study team is led by Kevin Stevenson and Jacob Lutzig-Jaeger, who both work at the Applied Physics Laboratory at Johns Hopkins University in Laurel, Maryland. After carefully looking at interesting targets from NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS, which gave hints that the planet existed, the team decided to use the James Webb Space Telescope to look at this target. With only 2 transit observations, the Near-Infrared Spectrograph, or NIRSPEC, on the James Webb Space Telescope was able to take clear and simple pictures of the planet. There's no question in my mind that the planet is there. Webb's immaculate data validates it, remarked Lutzig-Jaeger. It's amazing for the observatory that it's also a small, rocky planet, Stevenson went on. Being a dwarf planet is just the cherry on top. You are about to meet the first exoplanet that was found in the habitable zone of its star and had water in its atmosphere. If water is needed for life, have we just found the first planet that would be a good place for people to live if they wanted to move there? K2-18b is the second planet from the red dwarf star that is its sun. It is part of a solar system that is 111 light-years from Earth. It is referred to as a super-Earth, since its mass is many times that of our own planet. Because it is more than 100 light-years away, it would take us a little more than 1,000 years to send a probe there to explore the planet up close, using the technology that we have available to us right now. If the probe sent back any information at all, we wouldn't get it for another 111 years. A contemporary project at NASA is constructing a miniature probe that has the ability to reach 1/5 the speed of light. If this works, it will cut almost half of the time we have to wait. This new discovery was just written up in the journal Nature Astronomy. The planet K2-18b has water vapor in its atmosphere. and it orbits its star, K2-18, at a distance that lets liquid water exist on its surface. This means that the average temperature of the planet may be warm enough to allow more complex forms of life to develop. Angelo Ciaris, a researcher at the Center for Space Exochemistry Data at University College London, and one of the researchers who made the discovery with the help of the Hubble Space Telescope, says this about it. It's really exciting to learn that a planet other than Earth may have water and could possibly support life. K2-18b is not Earth 2.0 because it is a lot heavier than Earth and has a different kind of atmosphere than Earth. But it gets us closer to figuring out if the Earth is unique or not, which is the most important question. There's also evidence that helium and hydrogen are in the same atmosphere, and it is possible that there are also large amounts of nitrogen and methane. Still, it looks like there is only a very small amount of oxygen. K2-18b goes in a 33-day cycle around a cold M3 dwarf star. It gets about the same amount of total radiation from its host star, which is 144,180 watts per meter squared, as the Earth does from its Sun, which is 1,370 watts per meter squared, which makes it a good candidate for having liquid water clouds. Our observations have shown that the telescopes we have now can be used to look at low-mass planets in the habitable zone that have the right conditions for liquid water. This is true even though K2-18b has a thick gaseous shell, which means it can't be thought of as a true Earth-like planet. Before this most recent study, people thought that the planet could either be a rocky world with a thin atmosphere or a world covered in water ice. But this new research shows that the planet is neither of these things. The most recent study only worked because it looked at certain parts of the atmosphere. The Hubble Space Telescope isn't strong enough to tell the difference, but with the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists will be able to look deeper into the atmosphere and find out exactly how much oxygen and methane there are. The James Webb Space Telescope will also tell us what kind of surface is under the water vapor. It's possible that K2-18b and the other known exoplanets in the universe that orbit in habitable zones won't keep their secrets for long. Since the James Webb Space Telescope has started sending pictures, it's possible that scientists will soon get information that really proves there is life beyond Earth. That was all from our side. What do you think of this new exoplanet? It's really overwhelming how big outer space is, and we know almost nothing about it yet. Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Also, if you liked this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Turn the notifications bell icon on so you know the minute we post another video.